Hello, I'm Lewis Montague and I do a level 3 sports coaching course at North Herts College, and today I will be doing my presentation on the Unit 24 physical education and the care of young children and young people, and this is the second assignment of Unit 24, and it's understanding the importance of physical education in society. So this is my introduction. I'll just be explaining two key points. So the first point I'll be explaining is P4, so explaining the importance of physical education in society. The first point will be explaining the importance of physical education to the children and young people's education and attachments. So in that I'll just be explaining how conjunctive functions and loads of other key points of how physical education helps young people. And then the second point would be outlining the importance of physical education in society as general. So this would be me talking about how PE will affect society and how it helps benefit England. Okay, so this is my first point. I'll be talking about physical activity and academic success. So I got a little definition. So physical activity is any bodily movement produced by the skeletal muscles that require energy expenditure. So basically this is physical activity. So this is just moving your body and raising your heart rate and just getting your body going. So it's not like sport. Sports is a different kind of thing. Physical activity is just raising the heart rate, getting the body going. And then academic success I've got is the grades you come out with after your exam, and it's also measured by tests and grades by the students, and students can also set their own academic successes by setting themselves goals. So this is about grades, getting in class, doing the work, and just getting the grades for subjects. So I basically found the difference, and the difference I found was physical activity is it can have long and short-term effects on academic performance. It helps better concentrate students in class and enhances their learning. It also improves their fitness, which can give them positive effects, which can make them feel better on their academic success. And it also helps key subjects like maths, reading and writing. And there's some evidence shown. So I've got some bullet points here, down here. So I basically got a little, so there was these students that did a little test, and and basically the scientists looked at the brain and they found out that there's these neutrons in your brain that send messages, and they help your brain work for longer and faster, which obviously when the kids do their test it can give them better grades because they work quicker and they can get information down. And also found out that in your brain where your memory is stored, when you do exercise, the messages go through to that part, making it so that your brain can retain information for longer, and the students can remember more, so then obviously they can get more down and get better grades in their tests. So then this is my second point, so conjunctive functions. So this is the brain. I've got a little definition. It refers to multiple mental abilities including learning, thinking, reasoning, remembering, problem solving, decision making, and keeping your attention. So this is all brain functions that are valuable in life and everybody needs. There's basically physical activity. It develops these skills, and it gets better understanding test results and better grades. In adults, when you get older, when you do physical activity, it increases the memory slow. So basically that makes you remember more, and you don't lose your memory. You keep your memory for longer basically because you're doing physical activity. And the aging process in the brain, so you feel like you age slower because of the physical activity. And then adults that do regular physical activity they have a much lower rate of memory loss, dementia and Alzheimer's because of the physical activity. And then so these little last few bullet points, I've got some studies of tests that basically prove that physical activity does actually improve your kinetic function. So there was this guy, David R. Jacobs, who did a test where he got loads of students in a hall to do some laps back and forth, but when they came back they had to stop, and there was this little words on the board that had different colours. So, for example, it had like the word black, but written in green, and you had to you had to speak about what colour the word was written in. So then, like, obviously, they did this with some students doing the running and jogging back and doing the test, and then they also did it with kids sitting in the class. And they found out that the ones that did the test did the test faster and got so much more accurate results than the ones that didn't do it in class. The human brain, physical activity, it keeps the brain from focusing for much longer. And there was this other test that I did that to prove this. Another scientist got some students to do a treadmill. It was the go on a treadmill for 20 minutes, and they had some tasks in front of them that they had to read. So they had some reading tasks, they had some spelling tasks, and they had to do this for 20 minutes, speaking out while the film was in front of them and jogging and that. And it found out that it stimulated their brains more, and they got so much better results than the people sitting down in the class. And I've got a picture on this next slide to prove. So as you can see, this is the students that sat quietly in the class and they were just doing it. So as you can see, there's not much brain function. But then the students that did the 20-minute, well, it was kind of a jog, but it says walk here. As you can see, there's a lot more work in the brain. And as you can see, this is where the memory is here, and it's working a lot more, and as you can see, their brain's working a lot more, so that's how they got higher grades, because after that physical activity stimulated those brain cells, and their brain is working a lot more than people sitting down. Okay, so now for my next point, this is physical literacy. So physical literacy is about developing the fundamental skills that children need, such as running, hopping, throwing, catching, and jumping. These movement skills turn kids into confident participants in different physical activity, sports, and games. So I got a few examples. So physical literacy motivates, gives kids confidence, gives them knowledge and understanding of sports. And in the early years foundation stage, they try and develop this physical literacy to get people so that it can increase the students' awareness and the importance of physical activity. So it kind of gives them that broader knowledge and kind of makes them realise that it's really important, and they can use the skills from physical literacy and use them in real life. There's 4 elements of physical literacy. So we've got motivation and confidence, physical competence, knowledge and understanding, and engagement in physical actives for life. So each of these points, so the motivation and confidence, so this refers to the enthusiasm of sport. So obviously if there's a child that's really enthusiastic in a sport, they're going to feel more confident, and they're just going to be more motivated to do it. So that's a key thing to have, not just in sport but also in life. So if you have work in real life, so you're a part of a business, obviously if you're motivated and you're confident about it, you're more likely to be better at it. Physical competence. So this is the developing the movement skills and patterns and using them effectively in physical activity. So this is just developing the key movements of running, jumping, hopping, just kind of getting the basic understanding and developing and using them in different kinds of sports, like competitive sports, and getting a lot better at sports. And this can help in real life as well, so developing fundamental skills can also help them in the real life. Knowledge and understanding, so this is just students understanding the fundamental movements and skills, but then actually using them and benefiting from them. So them using their knowledge of the certain types of skills and what kind of sports you use those kind of skills, and applying them into that sport and applying them into real life as well. And the engagement in physical activity for life, so this is just trying to get the students to regularly stay healthy throughout their life, because now they know the fundamentals and they've been developing throughout their life, that they can now hopefully go and progress and stay healthy for the rest of their life. So this is now my next point, and this is now teamwork, competitions, and dealing with conflict. So teamwork is helping people, basically helping young people that never worked with people before, so developing friendships and learning to work with people that they've never worked before. So yeah, it's just learning with new people and developing new friendships with people that they don't know. They can build friendships, like I said, with new people, and then they can just find friends through sports basically. They're working as a team. You can learn the strengths and weaknesses of every individual in that team, and you can use that by planning strategies and developing plans of how to beat other opponents, which is really good. Help students in future life and careers. So like some workplaces, teamwork is key. So by learning good teamwork skills in sport, you can apply that to real life, because most places work as a team. So the better teamwork skills you have, the better success you're going to have in future life. And it builds on like many skills that are key in life, like communication, social skills, and working well as a team. So those skills are very important in life, and you can use them in future life when working with colleagues and such. Competitions, they help students learn how to win or lose. So it's okay to lose sometimes, and it's really okay to win. It just gives them that understanding that losing isn't always a bad thing. It's actually more important than winning sometimes, because you actually learn that losing, you can learn on your weaknesses and improve them and make them to strengths and come back and better and improve. Students help develop sportsmanship. So sports, it just makes students learn how to behave right in the real world. And sportsmanship is just being nice to the fellow opposition, like shaking their hands before games and after. If someone gets injured, making sure they're okay. Just like developing the fundamental skills and qualities you need in life. Competitions are fun. So this is for more like younger people, like the earliest vendosa stage, when they do like competitions and that, it's more fun. So they go out and they have like fun and stuff. Obviously the older you get, the more competitive it gets, but at the end of the day, it's fun and you should enjoy yourself. If you're not enjoying it, then what's the point really? Taking part helps build confidence and overcome nerves. So like competitions, some people get nerves and stuff, but if you have your team and you have like friends and people supporting you, competitions kind of just bring the best out of people, and they if you do really well, it builds up your confidence and it gets you never scared again, and just keep on doing loads of competitions, builds up that confidence, and you turn into a better confident individual. Dealing with conflict, this is like how you approach situations in sports. So if there's like a fight, obviously don't start shouting and that, you approach it. Sports kind of teaches you that sportsmanship and like different values of how you should approach situations, so calm the nerves down and approach it very calmly. Discussing situations, don't provoke it. So like I said there, don't provoke situations, just take it calm. Obviously approach it sensibly, so then the kids can learn from you, and then you've put a good influence on them. Okay, this is now my next slide. So this is the importance of high quality teaching in establishing long activities. So like high quality physical education helps young people to make informed life choices and encourages lifelong physical education. So obviously the high quality teaching you get, the more aware, the more knowledge, the more skills you're going to get, and the more experience you are, and it kind of boosts you to stay active for the rest of your life. So there's high quality teaching introduces school sports and club links. That's really good. So obviously sports are promoting to do sports clubs, and there's national governing bodies that help promote sports clubs outside of school. So there's plenty of opportunities for kids to continue doing sport, and they can just progress and keep on getting better and better at sport because it's high quality teaching. It gives opportunities to develop a healthy lifestyle, and the government have invested over 150 million per year in primary schools and PE teachers, just to help impact the children's health and the quality of teaching. So by putting all that money in, they can get high quality teachers that can give the students more knowledge, and just build on their skills, and in future they can have a better healthy lifestyle because of this. And it also high quality teaching kind of promotes for the students to stay in sport and go through a sporty career. So the ones that are really enthusiastic in sport, if they get that high quality teaching, it kind of makes them want to go and pursue a career in sport, which they can do sport for the rest of their life and enjoy it, and then also stay physically fit and active. Okay, then this is my next one. So this is after sports clubs. So they kind of create a sense of belonging, The students can make friends and develop social skills and feel part of a group. So like some students, they probably won't kind of feel that in class. So after sports clubs, they can go, they can make new friends, they can feel like they're part of something, which gives them more confidence, and they can develop their social skills, which is very key in life, as loads of businesses and stuff work as teams, like I said before. Improve social skills, so yeah, it just teaches the students just like kind of respect and like how they can talk to others, and just by teaching them good social skills, they can learn respect, and they can learn like other key skills that they can use and make friends and be like a very confident person in life. Provides academic support, so there's like some after school clubs, they help some of the students do like homework after school, which can like help them relieve stress and feel more calm and stuff, so which is really key, because some of the students get really stressed and they like obviously feel panicky, but then like if you just get that extra support, they can feel calm and they can feel a lot better, and it's really important to the students if they're feeling calm and relaxed during their exams. Makes learning fun, so yeah, like after sports clubs, if you've ever done any, they're always fun, they always do activities, they just make it as fun as possible so students enjoy it, and then they remember it more. The more fun you make a session, the more the students are going to remember it, so then they want to come back and they can learn the skills that you're trying to teach them in the sessions, which is really key, and it's more meaningful as well. Provides safety and promotes safety, so there's teachers there, and it stops kind of like stops kids from going in crime. So if they're in after sports clubs, they obviously won't go and commit crime or be in like crime. So yeah, it just makes like, as there's teachers there and there's people there, it makes them feel calm and supported, and it builds confidence. So yeah, like obviously if they do well in the sports clubs and like teachers are cheering them on and other people cheering them on, they're going to feel more confident and they're going to just believe in themselves more. Okay, this is now my next slide. So this next slide is the difference between sports and physical activity. So sports, I've just listed, so sports has rules. Yeah, so physical activity doesn't really have rules. Like sports have like different kind of rules, like half time, full time, like you can't do this sort of tackle and stuff. So there's loads of different rules, which is very different to physical activity. Scoring systems, so yeah, like some sports like rugby and football, they obviously have scoring systems. When you score a goal, it's like 1-0, and they have different. That physical activity isn't about like any rules or scoring systems. It's just you staying physically fit, basically. Training to develop skills. So yeah, sports has training, like trainings on a certain day where you can go with your team and develop and get better at your weaknesses and improve them into strengths. Physical activity doesn't really have that. Some sports are individual, some are team. So yeah, for example, football, team sport, you work as a team, you try and beat the opposition. But then you've got individual sports like golf, where it's just you on your own, trying to beat other people. So so like individual sports and team sports. Physical activity, you can do, you can either do it alone or with someone, but yeah, it's not really like individual. And then sports are competitive, so yeah, sports like football and rugby and like basketball and that, you play against other teams and you try and win, so it's kind of competitive. But physical activity, it's not really competitive, it's only you trying to like beat yourself and just try and stay physically fit. And then I've got the physical activity, it involves physical, it involves you working your muscles in a variety of ways. So yeah, just keeping fit, so like working different muscle groups, staying fit, keeping that heart rate going, and just keeping healthy, basically. Physical activity involves voluntary movements that burn calories, so keeping your body moving. So yeah, just different kind of movements, getting your body moving and burning calories pretty much. And physical activity makes a person work a lot harder than normal. So yeah, so like in sports, people do work hard, but physical activity, you're trying to get that burning calories, trying to get the heart rate really going, so you're going to be pushing yourself, and working a lot harder than you would in sports. Okay, so now this is P5, and this is the impacts of general health and physical fitness. So it's basically sports, they strengthen bones and improve stamina and flexibility. So yeah, so like obviously you lose weight, you strengthen your bones, and you get better flexibility and stamina, which are key like parts to stay healthy. Sports gives you satisfaction and developing the fitness and skills. So yeah, so like obviously when you do sport, in your brain it releases endorphins, which are the chemicals that make you feel good. So the more you do sport, the more you're going to feel good, and the more healthy you're going to be, and you can just develop the fundamental skills that are needed as well. It can also help fight depression and anxiety, like I said there. So like when you do physical activity, it releases endorphins in your brain that make you feel a lot better about yourself. So the more you do it, the more happy you're going to be, the less risk you're going to get of getting depression and anxiety. Sport allows people to challenge yourself and set goals. So yeah, sports, like if you want to be a professional like athlete or something, obviously that's your goal, and the way to get it is you're going to obviously do a lot of training, a lot of like extra practice and stuff to reach that goal. So it just helps set goals, and that's key in the future as well, because if you're in like a company or something and want to set goals, that's also a good way to look at it, by setting a far goal and finding the way to reach that goal. Many sports help improve concentration. So yeah, so like it stimulates the brain, it gets the brain like working for longer, and it makes the brain more focused. So the more sports you do, the more better you are at concentrating, which can help in the class, because that can improve your academic success because you're concentrating more, like we spoke earlier. So sport, when you do sports, you find people that want to do similar interests, and you can gain friends, which makes you feel a lot better about yourself as well. So if you've got like a person with you that's your friend and you're doing sports with them, you feel more safe and comfortable, but then yeah, you feel a lot happier because you're doing it with someone and not just on your own. So yeah, that doesn't always work for everyone, but it works for some people and it's really good. Sports is a great way to for families to get to exercise together. So like yeah, like if you have like a son or a daughter, or yourself as a sports person, you can get your family involved, and then everyone's working out, and then you can increase like the participation in sport and risk that factor of obesity in society as well, because you're getting more of your family to work out with you. Sports makes people healthy, have healthy lifestyles. So yeah, so like obviously the more sports you do, the more healthy you're going to eat, the more healthy you're going to be, and it just makes you have a healthier lifestyle. And obviously the regular sport you do, the more healthy you're going to be. Okay, and then on the next slide. Okay, emotional stability. So sports, it reduces the risk of many chronic conditions, including like heart disease, strokes, type 2 diabetes, cancer, obesity, mental health problems, and etc. So yeah, so like emotional stability, like I said about the like endorphins, like sport just makes you feel a lot better. It just releases more happy chemicals, so it just reduces all these like mental illnesses and physical like illnesses like strokes and heart disease, because the more you're working out, the more healthy you're going to be, the less chance you're going to have to get in any of those diseases. Yeah, I already said about the endorphins. It reduces stress and tension. So yeah, like people that just don't do sport or are like sitting in an office all day, it just really like gets you stressed and tense. So just by doing some sport, it just releases happy chemicals and just gets that all away. And it's really good in like the future if you're working in like a business or something. Just having a clear, stress-free mind can help you get better results. Yeah, so there was this thing I found that a guy called Michael Babiach, I can't really say his name, but he demonstrated that people who participated in sports, so did structured sports activity for 4 months, were more likely less depressed, basically. So they did regular activities that were structured for 4 months, and he basically started them before, and they were very depressed, and then he did a test after, and they said that they didn't feel any depressed at all. And when and these were people that took medicine and other forms of like tablets and stuff to make them less depressed, but he found out that if you do actual physical exercise instead of taking the tablets, you feel less depressed that way. So that just shows that sports are very good to lower the risk of depression and stuff. It reduces anger and headaches and confusion. So yes, again, so sports, it just helps your body feel a lot better about itself. Okay, this is my next point. Social inclusion and benefits into society. So there's 4 elements. You've got spiritual, rational, functional, and power. So spiritual, being in close proximity and closing gaps between people from different backgrounds. So yeah, so this is like learning different backgrounds from people from, and not shy, like not just kicking them out of the group, kind of like embrace them really, like kind of learn about what they come from, their different backgrounds and beliefs, and just kind of like familiarise yourself with different people. So it kind of, it just makes you, it just educates you in like other different cultures and people. So it's a good like learning aspects. Sport teaches students that everyone is the same and equal. Yeah, so like no matter where they come from or their backgrounds, everyone's equal and they are the same. So just embrace them really, don't push them out, and treat everyone the same. Yes, like sports teaches you these values that everyone is the same, everyone is equal no matter what. So yeah, like the students can learn from this and really take on board and not leave anyone out of the group. Rational, so this is feeling accepted in a sense of belonging. So yeah, like obviously being like the last one picked in a group or not being like the first chosen, it's just like can also put people like down and feel like they don't want to be, like they're not accepted there and they don't feel belonged. But like bringing everyone in and giving everyone that equal chance, then everyone will feel accepted and everyone will have a sense of belonging, so then everyone feels better about themselves. Teach your students never to leave anyone out, so yeah, like I said then, never leave anyone out, embrace everyone, and then everyone will be a lot happier and everyone can get on, and then you're learning the values of treating everyone equally, which is one of the British values. Think about every other person before yourself, so yeah, like don't think about yourself really in sport. I would say think about other people, treat other people how you wish to be treated, and then everyone can feel better, and then you will feel better about yourself. So just making everyone feel welcomed, and then everyone can have a very good time. Power. So having a feeling of higher sense of control. So the way like coaches would do this is giving someone like the captain badge, so then they can like have like a sense of being like a leader and having that power and kind of controlling the team. So it's not too much of a power, but it's giving them like a little sense of power and control, which is very good. And giving them roles in like sports and stuff, which can help them in the future, because then they can like learn how to be in control of like a business and stuff. So like controlling people and learning that kind of like role can help them in future life. And different roles, giving them different roles in different sports can help them also want to pursue that role in the future in the sporting career. And then we've got functional, which improves knowledge and skills and understanding of working as a team in sports. Yeah, so this is just improving like understanding and skills that you've learned, applying them into sport and sharing them with other people, which can help you and help them in the future. This is the next one. So this is impact on economic economy and it's crime reduction. Okay, so this one's the crime reduction. Sorry, that was the wrong one. So this is crime reduction. So yeah, sports can help reduce crime. So using sports can help people, especially the youth, and it's proven an effective tool to help fall in crime. So basically, I found this organisation called the Doha Declare Global Program, and it basically gets people, students off the street, and they put them in programs such as Line Up, Live Up, which basically gets those people off the students off the street and gets them into doing sports. And it basically they teach them the skills like thinking, making decisions, problem solving that they need in life. So it teaches them fundamental skills in life, and it also keeps them out of trouble. And they also teach them of how to like refusal skills, so how to say no to like crime and stuff. So it really teaches them key aspects of how to stay out of crime and stay into sport, which can lower the crime rate, which is very important. And yeah, like loads of, it's not just this, like there's loads of sports strategies and organisations out there just to reduce crime by getting kids to play sport, learning the key values of sport and key skills that they need in life, and keeping them focused in that instead of keeping them and just getting them out of crime, which can reduce crime reduction, which will help the economy a lot better. Okay, so then this one's the economy and health benefits. So sports increases the economy and gives people employment opportunities. So like, for example, I gave the London 2012 as an example. So that gave so many people jobs during that time, which like kind of helped people get money, and it just helped the economy, which was really good. I've got some facts about like in 2010 sport related activities provided 20.3 billion to the English economy, which is 1.9% of England's total. So yeah, so like sport gave so much money to the economy, which helped England. And employment, it gave such a great employment, so like over 400,000 full-time employees, which is 2.3% of all jobs in England, because of sport. Just by sport giving them employees jobs gave a lot more money to the economy, which was good. And then down here I talked about the London 2012 Olympics, 9.9 billion boosting trade investments and from hosting the Olympics. So we got to trade with other countries, we got to get more money and give our goods to them and get goods, and it just gave England so much money and left a good legacy. And because of this, we developed so much like new infrastructure, sports, not just sports, but like economy, just helped the economy so much better. Yeah, it just gave, and after the Olympics, it gave so many, and before, it gave so many participants in sport, which increased it just by getting so much more money to the economy because of sport. It helped put even more money back into sport, but then also helped England and boost their economy to do good things with the country. Okay. Then this is the benefits of the economy. So I've got intellectual, ethical, and aesthetic. So basically, intellectual, the ability to think and understand things, especially complicated ideas. So yeah, so this is just key in sport because by knowing to understand complicated ideas and apply them is very key, not just in sport but also in real life. Sports use skills such as problem solving and decision making to help win. So yeah, in sports, like some make you want to think and make you try and solve problems really quickly and make the right decisions to help you win, but then that's also good in real life, like in a business, obviously making key decisions and problem solving to help you improve the business. It develops skills to develop skills to children throughout their life. So like I said, they're the problem solving, decision making, key skills that students need in real life, which will help them. Just because the sport is promoting these, then the students will learn and they can use them in future life. Ethics, so to understand the right from wrong, morals, principles and standards. So yeah, so this is teaching students what's right from wrong pretty much. By teaching this in sport, they can go use it in future lives. Teachers, teaches them right from wrong. So teachers promote, is this the right decision, is this the wrong decision? So it just getting the students to know from right from wrong, so then obviously in future life they won't be in the crime, so that's the crime reduction or as well, and just making them be better individuals as well, and to become good people. And then the last one, the way something look good. So like aesthetic. So it's a positive word. So it's something that looks good. So the more students that look good about their parents, the more healthy they're going to be, and the more healthy they're going to stay and improve their lifestyle. And this can reduce like the levels of obesity in England by more people feeling good about themselves. The more people are going to get healthy, which can help the NHS because then not as many people will be obese, so they can use their resources elsewhere in other key aspects. Yep, so that's all done. Okay. And that's pretty much me. This is my references that I've all used. So this is one slide with all my references. And this is my other slide of references. That's my presentation done. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.